The first word that sticks with me when I think of religious trauma is shame. Growing up in the church, I was taught humans are imperfect and sinful. Each moment should be a moment we repent to God for our shameful identities and mistakes. Then I realized as I was queer in middle school that shame I carried only grew. It was embedded in me that my identity was wrong and could send me to eternal damnation. With that shame comes fear that many people carry with them, whether they have moved on from the church or still choose to follow their faith. Religious trauma is important to talk about because so many people are living with this baggage. Oftentimes, religion goes beyond what is righteous and follows unrealistic guidelines made up by mankind. There are too many people experiencing shame and don't realize how many other people carry this weight. People need to begin healing from this, and the first step is to recognize they are not alone in their struggle. There are too many stories I could retell that have struck something in me and still remain in my core to this day. That's the thing with religious trauma. It goes far beyond your faith and stirs up trouble in every avenue of your life. From a young age, where I began to explore my identity being in the LGBT community, I was told to retrain my brain and that my unnatural urges would send me to hell. God was ashamed of me and wouldn't love me anymore. I felt alone and confused. How could this ever-loving God shy away from a child that has dedicated their life to him because of the way I end up admiring people? Before this, my relationship with God was one I valued above all else. The notion of someone greater than me protecting my family and I kept me at bay through all adversity. But the homophobic remarks thrown at me in the name of God corrupted this connection I had with the Almighty. Through my religious trauma, I had to find what mattered to this life in my own direction. I could no longer rely on the church and my religion to tell me what was wrong and right. From my trauma, I grew stronger in my personal sense of morality. I had to find strength in my own values and opinions. I had to learn what God meant to me outside of the church. Sometimes I still feel the shame creep in on me. Even though I eventually was accepted by my family for my queer identity, it still took me months to tell them I was dating a girl. The shame and fear planted in me from childhood still remains. Each day, I choose how to look past it and find strength in my own identity. And I will continue to do so.